stands manifestations of the user's vital energy and fighting spirit, have unique special abilities that reflect the host mentality that manifest in various forms, and only those with only one can see them. They are usually passed on in the person's family tree. That have it, and some even have their own conscience. Some stands tend to mature over time and change along with the user, but what if you had to force this change? And don't forget to leave a now error on this like, sign up and activate the bell. Done that, let's go. My name is Mamu and you are on No My God Analysis channel. If you're floating here and don't understand anything about the stand, click here on the card where I explain in detail what a stand is, and if you're really curious to know the story behind the stands, click on this other card, or in the worst case you don't know anything about Jogja and you went down here with a parachute. Good again is to click on the third recommended video. Done all this, or you already know all this. Let's continue with the video. Arrows are one of the most intriguing elements of Jogja. There is a mystery of how they work, because so much about them is left for those who see or read the work to interpret for themselves. So to try and make myself as impartial as possible in this video, I will try to use it as a reference only, the manga and the Jogja wiki, but I'll also give my opinion when you think it's necessary. But if you want to tell me something you interpreted differently or that you think I forgot to mention, feel free and comment. The bow and arrow are 4 and have an influence on parts 3, 5 and 6. Its origin dates back to 6,000 years ago when the meteor hit the Earth. Hundreds of years later, a man who cubic the meteor's power took pieces of it and used it to make arrows. In 1978, an excavation team discovered a new type of virus around the rocks and found that it had no purpose other than to extinguish the human race. But some people survived virus infection and gained unique supernatural abilities. 1986, a team of archaeologists discovered 6 arrows in the ruins of Egypt. Among the members of that team was Olo, who stole the arrows and sold 5 to Ina, that old advisor to Dia. Just like the virus, the arrows have the ability to give stands to those who have the potential to have one. If the arrow causes a serious injury and the target does not have the potential to stand, he will die, but the arrow will already be risky. Those with potential also have a theory that the meteor butt was attracted by the enormous potential of the planet's living beings. In the case of the arrow piercing a person who already has a stand, it is theorized that the stand gains a new ability. I say theorized because we only have an example of this in part 4. It is also unknown if the arrow has to pierce the user of its own volition, or you can take it on the same target more than once. But if the arrow pierces a stand, again this happened a few times and only in the final stretch of part 5. Our examples are the Silver Chariot Requiem and, of course, the Golden Experience Requiem. The Silver Chariot wins its Requiem when Polnareff was trying to prevent it from falling into Diavolo's hands. The arrow pierced the Silver Chariot, which made it glow intensely. Soon we saw that, in addition to the Silver Chariot gaining a new appearance, it also gained new abilities, among them ability to manipulate souls. And even after Polnareff's death, the Silver Chariot continued its mission to protect the arrow at all costs, as an automatic stand that wanders aimlessly. But 2 years before the events accidentally cut with the arrow, which caused all the people and animals around it to act strangely. Luckily Polnareff managed to get the arrow back, which seemed to cancel the Requiem. No longer in the case of the Golden Experience Requiem, the Giono intentionally pierced itself with the arrow, and then the arrow entered the Golden Experience's body and stuck to it, but then it fell off. The Golden Experience Requiem abilities seem to be an improved version of the ability to create more life. The ability to take everything to zero, but the Requiem seems to be more than just a stand improvement. The common theme in the times the arrow was used for the Requiem is that both the Giono and the Polnareff wanted something like defeating the Diavolo and protecting the arrow, or even trying to reach it through a boot. That's why I think the Requiem is created by someone who has the arrow and has a strong desire for something, but that's just speculation. My other mystery about the arrows is that it is not known if all of them have the ability to create a Requiem stand, or only the one that pierced the Golden Experience or the Silver Chariot could do this. Also, it is not known if the arrowhead needs to be intact or if a fragment of it is enough. We will probably never know for sure, since Eriki forgot. It's quite likely that these questions are never answered, but I don't see that as a bad thing, because it allowed everyone to have their own interpretation of how arrows work, and in a way it adds more to the franchise. Ask you to give a this like, to subscribe, and of course activate the notification bell, because I need to be encouraged, because all the support given to us is welcome. And also, if I didn't ask now you wouldn't. I don't want to create content for the internet in vain. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you got this far, comment Killer Queen. It is a stand for people who haven't seen the video until the end. Don't notice if they didn't like it. Comment for me to understand the reasons and try to improve. That's what I wanted to say. Have a day good, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't miss it, because we don't either.